Y'all hear that? I think it's the. Ooh, yes it is. Hello? I'll be back. It's the money calling. Yes, financial freedom. Is that you? The money is calling and they want to speak to both of us, all right? So let's talk about some financial goals you can have for 2021, financial goals before you're 30. Any money goal that you want to have, we're going to discuss it right now, right here. And this is not going to be those typical, make sure you save more, make sure you think for retirement. No, 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 no. We got that, right? We've been here. Give me something different, all right? Let me enter 2021 with a little something extra, and let's talk about all of my money goals that we can actually both share. I want to talk about some different goals, some different perspectives that we can have for 2021, or honestly, any single year. A few of my favorites that I'll be doing too, so let's make this money together, all right? Stick around for all that and more. It's Crystal with the Cash Compass. All right, welcome back. I am here to teach you all the things that you should have learned in school about money, but for whatever reason, they forgot to mention it. Please be sure to subscribe because we talk about everything from personal finance to investing to the economy. Let's get into it. Like I said, we are not going to talk about boring things that we all hear every single year. We know to save more. I feel you, the 52-week challenge. I get it. Let's remix it. And I'm going to start with retirement, okay? Everything they told us about retirement, I think we should just forget. So one goal you should absolutely have is to become more educated about the different types of strategies for retirement, right? So I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to work until I'm 60 years old or 65 years old. And I feel like it's going to get even worse as I get older and older, right? Like that kind of retirement age just kind of slowly pushing back. I want no parts of it. I want to retire early. I want to do it my way. And honestly, while you can get that by the traditional retirement plan, keep putting money into a 401k or something, and then when you're done, live off of a kind of static amount. Yeah, I mean, that could work, but I think I like this idea better. Wouldn't it be great to be able to retire maybe 2 decades before that, right? Maybe you could retire in your 40s. You could still travel and you can have income that actually grows with you and keeps up with the times. With retirement accounts, especially 401ks, you typically have to sell your assets. I mean, you do have some dividend producing stocks, but more times than not, to actually make any money or, actually realize any of those gains, you have to sell your assets. And to me, that's not cool, right? I'm a hoarder when it comes to assets. I really wouldn't want to sell. I want to kind of collect as much as I can. And if I have to sell in order to live, that's not going to work. So for 2021, a great goal is to look into certain things that can follow you, right? Like, for example, real estate, which is something I am working on. If you guys haven't seen my videos, definitely check them out up here on our real estate projects. But that is a cash flowing asset. You buy the house, you can rent out the house, right? And if you get more savvy, you can buy bigger properties, maybe start with a 4-unit or a 5-unit, and then build your portfolio that way. That should keep up with the times, right? If money kind of inflates, like, when I was little, I could get me a quarter water, some chips, whatever. Like $2 would last me a long time in the corner stores. But now $2 can barely get you a decent sized bag of chips, right? So when you have real estate, it's going to keep up with whatever the market is doing. So maybe 30 years from now, 20 years from now, when you're ready to retire, you can raise your rents to match what the cost of living is in that time when you actually need that cash flow. So it's definitely a dynamic asset, a great asset to have because it can kind of follow you. And that's something that you wouldn't get out of a 401k. So if you're like me and that sounds good to you and you want to retire early, definitely look into real estate. You can also talk about your own business, which I'm going to get into in a moment. But what about your own business or investing in someone else's business? Or like I said, maybe you're a stocks person, dividend stocks, things that are going to give you income without you having to actually part ways from your assets. And while we are talking business, get a business, start a business. Okay, this one I'm going to admit, I definitely think we've heard that on somebody's resolution maybe last year, 2 years ago. Maybe it's on your resolution list for right now, right? But I think it's a great way to hide your money, right? Make your money work for you. Get certain tax advantages that you would not be able to get if you were not a business owner. Businesses are so lucrative. So is real estate. Real estate and businesses are both very lucrative assets to have where you can kind of hide your money. They kind of serve as tax havens because there's a lot of different credits you can get from owning a business. And why not get started in 2021? I'll wait. You have to remember, a job is just over broke, all right? That's it. And I'm sorry if you are one of my ride or dies and you watch all my videos, but I'm gonna pop it here again. Boom. Do y'all see those wages? They have been flat. JOB, just over broke. Your income is not looking to rise, and no matter which way you cut it, your business or the business you're working for will never pay you what you're worth. Let me make a little example to kind of show a big point. Let's say that I have a business selling shirts, right? I'm the one who came up with the design, but I honestly don't feel like making all these shirts myself, so I hire somebody to make the shirts for me. I'm in business to make money, okay? So I'm not going to pay that person any more than I pay myself, right? I want to make sure that I'm getting paid more, even if they're the ones doing all the work. And that's how corporations work. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, there's a business to run, but you're not going to get paid as much as you are worth when you're working for somebody else. You're just not. So as you guys know, I have a YouTube channel. So one of my goals is to keep expanding on this, maybe offer certain services or certain products. I'm definitely thinking of that. So if you guys would want to see anything from me, definitely let me know in the comments. I have a few ideas, but I'm not really sure which approach I'm going to take. So one of my goals is to definitely make sure I can offer a little bit more of myself and of my talent. So what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to have a business? Let me know in the comments. Or what if you have a hobby? Like what if you just genuinely enjoy crocheting, or if you genuinely enjoy writing short stories? Can you make $20 this year off of your hobby? Maybe make that a goal for you. Try to make at least 20 bucks. Just start at 20. Then if you made that goal, maybe start at 50. You know, like, can you make any money off of your talents? What are you blessed to do, and how can you give that to the community in a way that gets you paid? That's a good goal. And like I just showed you, wages completely trash. They haven't moved in decades, and it's definitely intentional. That's why I think definitely starting your own business or selling something, having some sort of hustle is super important. But let's say you're somebody who's like, that's looking like a 2022 goal, not 2021. All right, fine. Earn more. And that's definitely one of my goals too, right? I always want to earn more. Thankfully, let's knock on some wood. Thankfully, I haven't had a year where I haven't had a raise, right? Like every single year that I've been working out here, I've always gotten a raise, whether I demanded it myself by looking for a new job or requesting it or getting promoted. I always get raises, and that's exactly what I want this year for myself. If your job is a job that doesn't really give a lot of ways, I can't even say it because it's just so foreign to me, right? Like your job should always be giving you some type of raise, right? Because the cost of living is going up every single year. So if you're just staying stuck at the same income, you're losing money. All right. So whether it's your job giving you that raise or you giving yourself that raise through that business, let's earn some more money in 2021. You can do that by, like I said, asking for a raise, getting a new job, creating a product, but also by sharpening your skills or increasing your skills, learning something new, right? You can take some sort of course, I believe, to become a notary. Why don't you add that to your repertoire, right? What skills or talents do you have? Can you make more money off of that? Can you do more at your job and to demand a higher salary, right? It's really up to us to demand more money, ask for more, make that money work for us more so we can retire earlier. So you have to have high income skills. We can't just sit around, working a minimum wage job expecting to become rich. We have to also go out there and get that raise. The next goal to have is to become more financially educated. A lot of people do not have financial literacy. They think they do, and that often is the ones who are the most broke, right? That person always giving you financial advice but couldn't tell you where money comes from, right? So get educated. Where does your money come from? Do you understand how this debt system works? Do you understand stocks? Like, can you explain anything financially related with 100% confidence, right? A lot of people tend to think like, okay, if they're like in their 40s or their 50s, they'll say, oh, I'm too old. Like I'm already stuck in my money ways. It is never too late to make a change, okay? And if you're somebody who believes that, don't. Don't ever give up on yourself. You're supposed to constantly be learning. Learning never ends, okay? It doesn't matter how old you are. So let's become more financially educated together. I want to learn more about different assets that can actually make me money. There's so many ways to earn money out here that we just don't even know of, and I want to be exposed to that because I do want to add on some more streams of income into my portfolio of cash. I also want to teach kids about financial literacy, right? I have a 3-year-old, and I think financial literacy is so important, especially at those younger ages, because they haven't been conditioned to a certain lifestyle that you have to uphold. Their minds are still a little bit fresh when it comes to the concept of money. So what better way to teach them the right practices than making it a resolution? Making it a goal, right? So teach your kids about money. You guys can learn about it together. I will definitely be doing little things. My daughter's only 3 years old, so you know it's not really a whole bunch she can do yet, but at every level you can be teaching kids something about money, something about numbers, just so they can kind of get those wheels moving in their head. I plan to learn as much as I can through using the internet. I mean, it's free, right? So I want to find more podcasts, I want to find more YouTubers. If you need a favorite YouTuber, I'm available, just saying. I'm going to be looking for books, articles. I mean, the internet is literally at our disposal, okay? So let's use it and let's get educated and bring the kids in too. Oh, this is a good one. Get an accountability partner. And this is for any goal. It doesn't have to only be financial goals. I personally have an accountability partner. Her name is Marsha. She actually has a YouTube channel also, blah, blah, blah. So definitely click that up there if you guys are interested in like just laughing, because she will have you cracking up. But at any rate, every single week we talk about all of our goals, okay? And I think that is so important because it really holds you accountable. It's like you're thinking about it every week, like, okay, shoot, I said I was gonna save $10, did I save it? You know, it really holds you to what you said you're gonna do, right? So find an accountability partner. And if that person isn't serious, you be the serious one, right? Because sometimes it just takes one person to kind of like whip the person into shape. I think it's hard to find accountability partners because a lot of people are not disciplined. So they'll say they want to save money and they say they want to do better financially, but they're also at brunch every week and they're also doing God knows what with the money, right? So take your time and find a good one. Find someone who's disciplined, who's dedicated, who really wants to make a change in their life, and tell them what you want to do. Don't be afraid to be seen. I think a lot of my issue at first was like I was a little bit nervous to like kind of put myself out there, but you can't be nervous and afraid in 2021, all right? We done handled a pandemic, a panoramic, okay? A photosynthesis. We can handle anything. Now, it wouldn't be a financial goal video if I did not talk about saving money. Yes, yeah, you should save, right? But some people, just saying I want to save money is not enough. So how about we focus more on the spending, right? I've talked about this in one of my videos before, but maybe you don't feel like having a full out budget, right? Baby steps, all right? No pressure. You don't want to go to Excel and start using spreadsheets. Like, no, that's a little sophisticated, okay? So let's just reduce how much times we go to stores. I'm only gonna go to Starbucks 3, 4, 5 times. I'm only gonna go to Starbucks 5 times a month, right? And then you can just kind of work that number down. Only go to Target once. You get my drift. If you reduce the amount of times you go somewhere, even the grocery store, if you shop for groceries weekly, try doing it bi-weekly. I am a living proof, okay? Living testament that if you go to the grocery store less, you do spend less money. It's a fact. So try to reduce your expenses, okay? Or even try to reduce one bill. For me, my bill that I want to reduce is my rent, okay? I pay a little over $1,700 a month for a 2-bedroom. And for some people, that might be a really good deal, like my New Yorkers, people in California. Yeah, I get it, I know. All right, but that is still very high for me. A lot of the amenities that we have, I don't even friggin' use. So I want to reduce that. I wouldn't mind increasing it if I do get a house, because I am looking into getting a multifamily property. But if that doesn't happen, I don't want to pay $1,700 for a 2-bedroom no more, okay? I deserve better. So what are you guys going to reduce? Do you need to have Netflix and Hulu, Apple Music and Spotify? Like, can you reduce something like that? Do you need unlimited internet on your phone when you have unlimited Wi-Fi at your house and there's free Wi-Fi everywhere else? Maybe you can cut the bill back a little bit, right? By reducing that. Look for ways that you can still keep what you have, but maybe have a healthier moderation of it. Like, do you really need DVR? Wait, yeah, we do. Okay, well, maybe we could change how much channels we have, right? Just think about ways to reduce and yet still enjoy your stuff. Another goal is to simulate a shutdown in the mind. I don't know about you guys, but April and May, I did not spend any money. The money in my bank account was looking like, did we say something wrong? Was it us? Right? Like, I wasn't spending any money. It was great. I also didn't go anywhere, right? So I want to find a balance. We need to be on a healthy place in that spectrum. So I want to kind of simulate that again. Maybe I can introduce no spend Fridays or no spend Tuesdays, and maybe I can have a weekend where I don't spend any money or where I don't eat out, you know? So what can you guys think you can do to kind of reduce how much money you're spending every single week? So I definitely think I want to implement some, like, you know, no spend days, we'll see how that goes. For people who are in debt, I have student loan debt, okay? So my goal is to pay that off and be done with it, right? Getting out of debt is super, super, super important to financial freedom, because I want to be able to say, I don't owe nobody. If you have credit card debt especially, let's try to say, okay, maybe we're not going to pay it all off, right? Because I don't know where everybody is at. But can we reduce it, right? We want to see the balance kind of making its way down the hill, not up the hill. So can we say we're going to reduce it? Sometimes I find it really, really, really important and helpful to make, you know, like qualitative versus quantitative goals. So maybe you don't want to say I'm going to pay down $5,000, but you can say I want to make sure that I have a lower bill, like, you know, a lower credit card bill by the end of the year. That makes it a little bit more, you know, feasible, achievable, and then you can kind of measure out what you're doing, like the actual process versus the numbers. So let's just say no more credit card increases, okay? And one thing about this is that you're getting a guaranteed return on investment, because when you pay off your credit card balances, you for sure are saving whatever interest rate you have, okay? So if you have a 15% interest rate and you paid off $10,000, well, then you're no longer paying 15% of that $10,000 balance. So you want to make sure that if you're paying these things down, because you're going to get yourself a guaranteed return on investment. And while we're talking about returns and investments and paying things down, track your net worth. If you don't know what your net worth is, you take all your assets, things that you own, and you take away your liabilities, things that you owe, right? So if you have a car that's paid off, even if it's not paid off, you have a car, you have a house, you have whatever, money in a savings account, add up all of those and take away any debt that you owe. And let's try to improve our net worth, okay? So I want to have a higher net worth by the end of the year as well. This one's a little bit random, but I want to buy myself something nice, okay? Some people have the opposite problem, which is what I actually have, where it's like, I actually get anxiety from spending money, or I get like extreme buyer's remorse. Like I don't like spending money on myself, but when it comes to like my daughter or anybody else, okay? And that's unhealthy. So I want to, like, you know, I have goals. Yes, there's things I want to achieve, sure. But treating yourself here and there, okay, we're not doing this every month, but treating yourself is definitely something that's helpful. It keeps you kind of balanced, right? We want to be on, I like to be in the middle of a spectrum. So I like to say, I am responsible, I am disciplined. However, if I want to go to Jamaica, that's where I'm going, you know? So trying to find a healthy balance where you're still taking care of yourself, but not at the expense of your future goals. Another thing I want to do is give back more. And again, this also sounds kind of counterintuitive, but when you just give from a place of love, I literally believe that it comes back to you tenfold. I'm not suggesting that you do things just to get it back, but there is something that's nice about giving. So whether I give some sort of free service or free product on here, or continue giving to, you know, homeless shelters or like Goodwill and things of that nature, just giving back, giving more, doing a little bit better for my community, you know, because obviously I give you guys these videos, but I do get paid for it. So I want to just kind of give even more charitably and find different things that can help other people. For me, it'll be financially. And this is a good one. Set up your own financial freedom vision and stick to that. Period. Okay. A lot of times we get kind of caught up in other people's ideas of financial freedom, or just kind of living a good life. You know, like you want to have a big house, you want to have a nice car. I think a lot of those things are societal beliefs, not necessarily our beliefs. So sit with yourself, right? For me, I want to sit with myself and kind of really visualize, what do I, me, without anybody else's influence, what do I want, right? What do I want for myself financially? Do I really want a big house and a big yacht or whatever? Honestly, no. Excuse me. I'm okay with not being an uber super mega millionaire, right? That has yachts and just has nothing to do with their money. Like, I want to live a very comfortable life. I want to live a very free life. I want to be able to go on vacation if I want to, because I love to travel. That's my financial goal. That's what I look at, and that's my idea of being free. It's like I can make choices on my own time, on my own dime. So stick to your own path. Don't follow FOMO and then end up going into the next newest fad. No, create that vision for yourself. So let me know what you guys thought about these. Did you like them? Did I miss anything? I want to hear from you, so let me know in the comments below. But that will do it. If you like this video, then please like this video and share it with your friends. We are going to be making this money together, okay? And if anything else going on, you know what to do. Go ahead and binge watch me. And until next time, keep your money up.